Okay. Next question comes from Tara Carpenter. This is what I have so far. I help empathic and neurodivine women who have lost themselves in motherhood as a new mom or empty nester, a toxic or emotionally exhausting relationship with parent, family member, friend, or partner, masking your neurodivine traits to fit in, people pleasing to keep the peace. Okay, so the first thing I would say in terms of that niche, these four things. Okay, so empathic, neurodivine women, there's a rough sense of who that is. It's not the widest and shallowest it could be, but it's also that's not the narrowest and deepest it could be. Um, but empathic neurodivine women who've lost themselves in some way, okay. But then we get here, and this is all over the place. There's a lot going on here. Who lose themselves in motherhood, like as a new mom, that's really clear. When we throw an empty nester, that's a whole other stage of life, a whole other situation. So that's a different thing. And they're in an emotionally exhausting relationship. And again, with a parent, with friend, family member, partner, each of those are a little bit different, but I can see how those are, of course, together. They've been lost in masking their traits to fit in, but fit in where? I don't know. And they've lost themselves in people pleasing to keep the peace again, but where and what situations? Maybe just generally. So I'm having a hard time grasping it. That's the first thing. So what I will, and here's an important thing for everyone is if this is a local business, the local market's a lot more forgiving. But if this is online, if you're trying to reach people on the internet, that's not going to cut it probably because there are lots of people who are helping empathic, you know, neurodivine women. There's tons of help for that now. More and more coaches, and there will be more all the time. No matter what there is now, there'll be more later. And so that probably isn't going to cut it as a niche, that you're going to have to get more narrow in some way. Uh, the other thing I would say too, for everyone watching this, you think, oh, but I want to do all these things. Like all four of these are of interest to me. One way you can go about it is you can say, okay, what's the one I want to lead with? What's the one that I am most passionate about and I feel most competent in, that I feel like there'd be the most response to? So let's say it's as a new mom, empathic neurodivine women who've lost themselves in being a new mom. Let's say you realize that's going to be the biggest seller. That's the one I'm most interested in. That doesn't mean you can't also then work with the rest of them. You can be explicit about this without being exclusive about these. So, um, but generally for niching, the question is, what do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known for? Because you're going to be known for one thing, and that's it. On a good day, if you're very lucky, you get known for one thing. You have one sort of reputation in the marketplace. And when we try to get known for too many things, we're known for nothing. I didn't make the rules. I'm sorry. It's just how it is. Okay. What I will eventually offer as a 4-semester program, create your own personal sanctuary, a safe space to retreat from the world as you heal, healing, deconditioning, unmasking, letting go of old versions of yourself and breaking free from patterns that no longer serve you, rediscovering yourself, reconnecting with your energy of who you were meant to be, and living in alignment with your most authentic self, showing up in the world fully, unapologetically, and shining your light. Well, I mean, first of all, Tara, this is beautiful. I get why for any of these, for these women, this would be beautiful. I just don't think you have the front door quite figured out yet. Uh, yeah, that's my big wondering. Right. Okay. So my question, do I need to pick only one of the ways they've lost themselves? Maybe, but it might not be that. It might be that you actually haven't figured out what the real situation is. Like it could be, I help empathic neurodivine women who um, have reached a stage in their life where they want their neurodiverse qualities to be an asset, not a liability. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a bigger and yet narrower situation like that, more specific. Could be like they have spent a life struggling with their neurodiversity and they don't want it to be a struggle anymore. They want to turn it from foe into friend. And maybe they've just begun to think that might be possible. So I might also, when you say neurodivine women, I might label what you mean by that. like the top 3 examples will help a lot because I have a general sense of what it is, but maybe not entirely. Right. Okay. And if losing themselves as island A, then rediscovering themselves as island B, showing up in the world as their authentic self as island C, how to include island C in my marketing, or do I only talk about it with clients in my programs? Is hub marketing your island C? So the island C means, for those who are new, island A is their symptom, their problem. Island B is the result they're craving. Island C is the thing that you know is possible for them that they don't know is possible for them yet. Is the thing you want for them that they're not particularly wanting because they never thought about it. So don't talk about it in your marketing generally, or you save it for further down the page, but it's not the headline. Island C is not the headline. I don't know if you've got it right, Tara, that losing themselves is island A. Maybe, but maybe again, it could be the island A is I'm frustrated and tired of this holding me back and I want to be free. So it could be trapped to freedom. It may not be losing to finding. So I think there's a bigger question around the niche of what's the core dynamic, and then what situations does that show up in? What's the moment in their life? It's one of my favorite niching questions. What's the perfect moment in your life for you to show up? There's a moment it's too soon. There's a moment it's the perfect moment. There's a moment it's too late. And so that's what I'm wondering about is when is it the perfect moment for you, Tara, to show up in their lives and help them with this issue? That's what I got for you today. Thank you for your question and your showing up. All right. Beautiful work.